The TVA is lying to you.
Put him in.
So Loki episode 4 is finally here. If you haven't got to see it, it's probably one of the best ones yet. It's amazing. What I want to do is I want to give the show a quick review. Like always, I'll just go over the whole show from start to finish. Details, Easter eggs, all of it, spoilers ahead. Here we go. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment. Let us all know down below. What's your favorite so far about the show Loki? What's your favorite thing so far? Mine is Loki and Sylvine trying to hook up. That's just insane. That's crazy. So like it shows here, it starts off with a young Sylvine, and hats off. We see a Judith Grimes from The Walking Dead over here in Loki. That's really cool. I just love it. When you see actors just cross over like that, it's really cool. So it starts off, you can see young Hirsch playing with toys. You see Asgard, and right there, she's arrested right away. And then it goes right to where we leave off on Lamentus 1. Loki and Sylvine. Loki and Loki are just hanging out. And it starts to destroy the timeline. She starts feeling bad about herself, how I'm just destined to lose. Loki, just felt that way in episode 1, saw his whole reel of his whole life, how he's destined to lose, and the rebels are going to rebel against it, and he peps her up. She's just going with it, and it's a good moment, and it starts to destroy the timeline, because if I guess Loki hooks up with another alternate version of himself, herself, and whatever the case is, it's going to just destroy that version of reality. Whatever the timekeepers want to keep in check, it's going to be destroyed. They see that spike. It's the biggest spike they've ever seen. They show up right away. 2 doors open up. They arrest the Lokis. They bring them in. Now it's time to interrogate them. Now they got both Lokis in interrogation. They're going to cook our Loki for a little bit. They put him in a time loop where he just gets kneed in the balls and punched in the face over and over and over. And he just comes to terms with being alone. That's what, you're always going to be alone. That's what he's finally on his knees, just apologizing. Just get through with it, and they cook him. But the main point of this interrogation is going to be Mobius here. At first, he's just going into it like he should. Loki's a liar. What's he lying about this time? Let's cook him in here for a little bit. Let's really find out what's going on. But while interrogating Loki spills the beans, tells him he's a variant. They're all variants. This is all a scam. Everyone here is a variant. You need to be careful. Just timekeepers are lying to you. The TVA is lying to you. No matter what, that's the truth. And Morbius doesn't want to believe any of it, but he'll look into it. So he does look into it, and it only takes a few minutes. He's sitting there hanging out with the judge, switches little teleporting phones with her real quick. Some things seem a little fishy. He looks into the reports. He sees a video recording of one of those agents that he rescued, and he seemed like she seemed fine, and he was right. She was fine. He was right. She saw her past life, and she knew it was real. It was all real. And that's what she kept saying over and over again, and that can't be allowed. So she's spouting off about being a variant. He goes and talks to Loki again. Loki's like, yeah, the other Loki, Sylvine, does not have the ability to, put those memories in your head, just access actual memories. So as Morbius is learning the truth, we have our other judge also learning the truth. They're out there. She takes Sylvine from her cell because she can't use her powers in the TVA. Takes her out of her cell. They're standing in the rain, and she's like, I need you to show me what you did before. It's ambiguous. We don't know what she saw, but apparently she saw flashes of her previous life, and they were happy. She loved it, and she just wants to get back to that. Whatever it is, we don't know. We just saw that she liked it. She was happy when she came back out of it. But anyways, I digress. She then has to bring Sylvine back, to her cell. But now it's completely on her side. What do we do? That's what she asked her. What do we do now? And she's, bring me back to my cell. I need to meet the timekeepers. That's, where you're taking me next, is to the timekeepers. And, gets her dagger and gets her ready to go meet the timekeepers. Now we have Morbius on the other end. He just learned what was going on. He's getting Loki. Now Morbius is with Loki, and they're trying to escape. As they're walking out, the judge comes up to Morbius and, you took my little timekeeper phone. You seen what's going on. You know too much now. And he was like, yeah, I just kind of like made a mistake here, and oops, I took your phone by accident. And she knows what's up. And this is the part where she's, you just got to go. And she's sad about it. She takes a second to pause, wait for me at the elevator, because they have to erase Morbius now, and that's someone she seems like she's really close to, someone she may love, someone she may actually have feelings for, but it's time to go. Like, he knows too much now, and he's a threat to the sacred timeline or whatever. So they erase Morbius right there in front of Loki. But Loki, it's his turn, but they have to do this in front of the timekeepers. It's just one of those things. So they erase Morbius, they take Loki and Sylvine, and now they're bringing them in front of the timekeepers. And now we actually get to see the timekeepers, and this is pretty cool. So we see the timekeepers. There's actually three lizard guys sitting there, just like they showed in the cartoon, and they look, omnipotent. They're just hanging out, speaking, kind of weird, but we'll touch back on them in a second. So, anyways, we got the Lokis. They're coming in there, and it's time for them to get erased. But we already got one of the hunters on our side, and Sylvine. They have a plan. They just the battle starts. Loki jumps in. He doesn't want to get her erased, and they win. And at the last second, Sylvine throws her dagger at the timekeeper and cuts his head off, and it's just a robot. The other timekeepers start laughing, ha ha ha, uncontrollably, and there's obviously someone behind the puppet show here. Now, I'm just going to throw it out, what I think it is. A lot of people are saying it can be King the Conqueror, or whatever the internet's saying. I'm thinking it might be another version of Loki. We're watching the show Loki. It's about Loki, falls in love with Loki. At the end of this episode, he gets erased like Morbius did. We see what happens when you get erased. You just go somewhere. Loki ends up going to this other world where he sees other versions of Loki, other versions of himself. There's like a kid version, an actual comic book version of him, some big buff hammer version of him, a crocodile version of him version of him now there. He's also part of it. Probably so many other versions of Loki. I'm just assuming now that there's so many different versions of Loki. We've already crossed the border of what happens when you, I guess when you die in this world. Like, when you get erased, when you get hit with that thing, whatever happens, that's kind of like the permadeath we were thinking. But now we're thinking it's the Disney world, it's Marvel. Death is just another doorway to somewhere else. No one actually no. So hopefully wherever Morbius is, he's jet skiing. I doubt it. It's probably just like his name suggests. He's gonna start back off at the beginning with no memory of all this and continue leaving water stains on that desk. But we have our Loki. We're gonna see what happens. Maybe it's Loki versus Loki in the end. Maybe Loki with Loki versus whoever our bad guy is. It could be anything. I don't know. But I'm suggesting Loki. I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you did too. If you're still here, awesome. Definitely hit that subscribe button, leave a like or a comment. Let me know what's your favorite part of Loki so far. Loki, falling in love with himself. What a narcissist. That's my favorite part so far. That is just awesome. And I'll see you guys at the next video.